Where are you located in?
Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Yourself.
Webster. Okay, very good.
Print line and prosper. Print line and prosper.
Do we have to do that Spock thing?
So your Webster is
No?
In upstate New York.
Okay.
So by Buffalo and
Live long and prosper.
What do you do for Xerox?
finishing.
Oh, you should have
Just
done this,
exclusively the finishing?
Or is it this?
Finishing the
Sprinkle-
workflow
whatever.
solutions, the automation pieces into it, both cut sheet and the continuous feed side.
Bridgeport National Binders.
Thank you.
Good morning.
The only woman on this
Oh, no
panel.
problem.
I like it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first official panel on Girls Who Print Day 2016. Yay, Girls Who Print Day. Special announcement, it is Sandy Hubbard's birthday today. She's manning our live stream. She's manning our Twitter. Everybody say happy birthday.
Happy
If you're
birthday.
out there watching, make sure you tweet some happy birthdays to her. She's been doing an amazing job here, and wish we would have known it was her birthday. We might have had a few balloons in here, but we have some aliens. Maybe they will substitute at the moment. Today's panel at this time is called Vini, Vidi, Varnish, Conquering the Art of Finishing. Good one, right? Anybody? Latin? Good. You like it? Okay. I like that the Xerox guy likes it. So we're going to start off by, my name is Deborah Korn. I'm from Print Media Center, and this is the Printiverse. And the Printiverse is all about bringing people together to collaborate on how to best help each other succeed. Some of these people partner with each other to succeed. There's paper suppliers that, you should go to Graph Expo 16 .printmediacenter.com and check out our alliance list and see this amazing group of people that we have partnered with, and really we work with all year long to bring great information to the print community. So let's start off by having everybody briefly introduce themselves, say a little bit about what they do, and give us an idea about the conversations you're having about finishing in your booths. Matt, Skodex. Oh, and let me just start by saying Skodex! Skodex! I can't scream too loud or because my voice is gone and people will get upset, but Skodex!
Hello, my name is Matt Giandonato, Application Specialist for North America for Skodex. A little bit about what we do is we do digital print enhancement for many different applications. Could be for direct mail, could be for posters, book covers, business cards, pretty much anything you could think of. We can apply a clear digital polymer for a tactile texture, digital foil, variable digital print, so you can have every sheet, every card, every book personalized. Come to our booth at 1037 if you'd like to see a lot of samples. If you want to talk technical as far as how to build files, which is very simple, you could stop by. Be happy to spend some time with you. But it's a very a newer technology that is just you have to see it to believe. You have to touch it to believe it. And I hope to see you guys at the booth.
Thanks so much. A veteran Alliance member and friend of Print Media Center, Ellen Manning.
Hello, my name is Ellen Manning. I'm with Eagle Systems. We are a manufacturer of cold foiling machines and hot foil stamping machines. The cold foiling machine is a print enhancement addition to offset sheet-fed presses. It allows printers to actually foil in line, and our saying usually is, if you can print, you can foil. It runs at press speed, so if your machine is running at 10, 12, 15, 20,000 sheets per hour, you're foiling at that speed. It is one color foil, silver, and it is overprinted with ink, which creates a rainbow of colors in a variety of pictures, enhancements. It's glittery, it's bling, and it's done when it comes off your press. So if your job takes about a half hour to run, you're foiled in a half hour. There is no second department to have to put it to have it enhanced in any way. We sell this equipment all over the world. We manufacture it in our facility in New Jersey, and we do our own service. We send our own techs for install and service, and we have an unbelievable reputation worldwide. And I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Johnny P. Adfos.
Good morning. My name is John Palazzolo, and I'm Director of Marketing and Sales for Adfos North America. What Adfos does is we're really a drying and curing company. And how that fits into the finishing world is a couple of different ways. We can take our technology and integrate it directly into inkjet presses, whether that be from HP or Ricoh or Screen or others. We can integrate that directly into your press in order to get faster press speeds to print on a wider variety of substrates. And how that fits into the finishing part is the fact that our technology, we're heating up the ink. We're getting rid of the water out of the ink, but we're not getting the water out of the paper. So that enables other post-finishing processes to move faster and better. We also use our technology in aqueous-based coaters, where companies are wanting to either pre-coat the sheet or post-coat the sheet to give it an effect, a gloss, etc. Let the inkjet work better with the press, and our technology again will also go into again pre or post coaters, water-based pre or post coaters.
Thanks so much. HP.
Hi there. My name is Darwin Wernemont. I'm a solutions architect for HP. So I'm on what's called the inkjet team or page-wide press team. We have inkjet presses
I'm
that
sorry,
are...
Darwin, can you pull the mic out so you can talk a little louder? Thanks. I'm getting the signals from the sound people.
Better? Better? Okay. So Darwin Wernemont with HP. I'm on the inkjet team. We have inkjet presses that are in the 22 inches, 30 inches, 42 inches. We also announced a 110-inch wide corrugated press. So as a solutions architect, it's, people have questions about the printing technology, but they also have questions about how do I get my files to my press? How am I going to finish those rolls of paper? What if I want to do some top coating? What if I want to do some special effects? So we can engage in those conversations beyond the press and how we're going to turn that into a final product for customers. So that's the role I play within HP.
Thanks so much. Xerox.
Xerox.
Hi, I'm Jerry Sternick. I'm our general manager for our finishing business team up in lovely upstate New York in Webster. And I manage our finishing and workflow solutions because it's really important those tie together. And I've only been doing it for 25 years, but it's unbelievable the innovation both within the company and with all our partners out there. And it's really all about adding value for our customers. So I sit in our customer center so I can listen to our customers and really learn how to help them grow their business, improve their profitability, and take cost out. Always important.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
We'll actually start with you if you don't mind. So Xerox.
Perfect.
Should specialty finishing still be considered a value add, or has it become a must-have for marketing in 2016 and beyond?
Well, I think specialty finishing is really a key in that all our customers are really trying to differentiate themselves, whether the printed documents their final product or it's a way for really putting their logo and their voice and communicating their product out. So everybody's looking for ways to differentiate themselves. So specialty finishing is one way to do that. And it's not just the process or the module, but how it ties together in their whole workflow.
Thanks so much. Matt, do you want to take that?
So I believe that it should be value added, but it's also a necessity, because in this day and age, everybody's doing ink on paper, and you want to offer something to your clients that can make them stand out, make them say wow, and their customers say wow, and then have them coming back. And with our solution and what we're talking about here, the finishing is one of those parts of the process that you can really make a change and a difference and make it stand out. Yeah, so value added and a necessity, absolutely.
Thanks, Ellen, because you're in the specialty finishing world.
Well, the nice thing about what we do, the cold foil, is that it's already included in your printing. So you don't have to do something different, but what we have found over the past few years is that a lot of commercial brokers, commercial printers, are trying to get into the packaging world, and this is the way to do it. The way to do it is to offer their customers something that they can do different, which is foiling on their packaging. And several of my customers who have bought our equipment have done just that. So I think that it's not even an enhancement anymore, it is a necessity. The younger generation are the buyers of packaging today, and they're looking for bling every way and every which way they can get it. Bling is what has to be offered, and I think that's what all of us are doing here now, is presenting different forms of bling. It's definitely a must-have.
Yes, and before we get to HP, I just recently wrote an article on my website about finishing, and I just went down the cereal aisle in my own grocery store, and I could not believe how the evolution of cereal boxes. I mean, these things, did you do that Superman thing? Skodex did that Superman thing? No? Has anybody seen that Superman thing on the cereal boxes, or the Crave cereal? Just go down the cereal aisle next time you're in the grocery store, and you will be amazed at the amount of specialty finishing on these boxes, because it attracts the kids. The kids are like, I want to touch that, I want to hold it. Of course, it's up to the parents to buy it, but the kids gravitate towards it. So everything you're just saying, Ellen, is totally what I see too. Let's get to HP, and then we'll change the question for Johnny.
So on the same question on the specialty packaging, that's what we're really doing, enabling with the printing presses. So the analog process, we're hanging plates, we're printing out, impressions and everything. Now customers are saying, look, I want to do something special for, let's say, a Super Bowl event, or I want to do something local for, the sports teams in the area. So they're asking us, how can we use our technology to print shorter runs, do that specialty packaging, and bring value, to those stores. You've seen a lot of different applications we've done with Coca-Cola and other brands that you're seeing out there. I've had a number of folks ask us about, Bud Light, all these different campaigns that we've done, and it's really revolutionizing the market and how we traditionally think about branding with customers today. Who would have thought that we would have changed from Coca-Cola Red? We've always said, hey, it's got to be Coke Red. Well, now they're changing the packaging on the outside to bring more customers to them on that side.
It's true. I keep seeing these green Coke labels. It's freaking me out. Okay, so Xerox, you answered this question.
I did.
You did. Okay, great. So, John, let's start with you on this one. How specifically are your products and services, or those of your partners, helping printers generate more business? And can you share an ROI case study where your finishing has made a difference? I know technically you're in the process, but because it's drying, it's the end of the process. So that's why you're on this panel, obviously.
Right. Thank you. Yes, as a lot of my colleagues here, differentiate or die. Right? So you have to have that piece really stand out and get the bling factor, as my colleague here from Eagle Systems was saying. But our approach, because of the drying and curing process, it is real important that we're maybe a bling enabler more so than bringing the bling, so to speak. But so a specific example of what we did, and I'll take two brief ones. We had an account over in Europe, and they had an HP press, and they had a very high-end application on some very specialty types of papers, high-gloss papers. And unfortunately, they got the job, they started to run the job, and they found out because of the paper and the substrate that they had to slow the press way down, literally to about 30% of the press speed. So they engaged with Adfos. We went in and partnered with HP. We went in and actually put our technology directly in their HP press. And then they were able to get speeds of 90 and almost 100%. So literally they tripled the speed. So they had a job that literally was a money loser to a very profitable type of position. We had another company that, again, they had an inkjet press, and they were looking to bring the cost of their substrates down because they were using very high-end inkjet treated papers. And in this case, because of the drying technology and how it works, they were actually able to downgrade from a premium paper to more of a commodity grade paper and still get the speed, still get the print quality and all the benefits that they were getting on their more expensive paper. So all of a sudden, again, their profitability increased significantly because they were able to use a lower cost paper.
Thanks so much. Xerox.
Sure. I found after doing finishing a while, props the best way to tell a story. And in the area of ROI, I'll just share a job we did with a big marketer where, you know, they produced their catalog, which is a typical way they communicated to their customer base, but they really wanted to do something special with personalization. So we created a way to take hybrid offset and digital, use the digital for personalization, but also through ink technology, we're trying to move that now a step further and let them print on standard offset coated media to drive more of the cost down, yet still maintain the quality. So personalization, better economics with media, but allowing the speed of high-speed production inkjet with the Trivor system. So just one example at the high end of the business. If we went to the other end with entry production color, a lot of our customers do punch and bind solutions with wire, but they'd sometimes punch in line to then have to bring those to an offline process. We, working with a good partner, GBC, we were able to take that application and create the first in the world inline binding solution. So take one more manual step, let them keep the integrity of the document, hands-free operation, and really save them a lot of labor and potential rework and complexity. So a couple ways to kind of improve the ROI and let them do some applications they couldn't do before.
Thanks. HP.
One example I'm thinking about was a case with a customer that said, you know, we want to move from an offset press to digital press. And they said, you know, I'm finding great deals on used equipment and other equipment that's out there. And so for their ROI, they were thinking the best way to approach this was just to run off the press, sheet it, and then have that handling of that sheet going to another process that then converted it and putting it to its final product. We pitched to them that said, you know, look, when you're running your press, you're going to have multiple opportunities to, you know, do other things while you're printing the press. So in this case, we said, why not run the press in a roll-to-roll format, take that roll and then process it nearline into an automated stitcher. And they were saying, oh, you know, that's costly, it's expensive. And we said, you know, we can automate the line so that a person was running the press and the finishing line at the same time. And as the story unfolds, they said it was the best idea that we'd ever brought to them. Never would have even thought that the material handling of just moving a roll from the press to the finishing line and letting the finishing line read barcodes and automated marks and running those two processes separately was the best thing. What we found is the operators have actually asked us to move the control panel for the press towards the finishing line, and then now the operator who's running the press is running it from finishing and not actually in front of the press on a day-to-day basis. So good case for them.
Thanks. Eagle.
Well, our system, because it's done in line, is a saver right away for offset pressing. But we had sold a machine to a company actually here in Florida, and that's the first question we're asked when we do sell a machine is, what's my ROI going to be? And of course, every company is different. It depends on the type of product that you're running. I can happily say that they actually paid off the machine in one job. And
oh my God.
They paid it in under 3 months. I would say just about every one of my customers have paid off the machine in under a year. So I think that that's pretty good ROI. Besides the fact that they've all come to us now and asked if we could up it on doing uncoated stock, which has never been done before on offset sheet fed. And it's been a process we've been working on, so now we have actually succeeded. So I'm sure that that's going to add to the ROI on many offset printers, and I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks. That's awesome. I forgot about that uncoated paper thing. That's amazing. Matt, ROI of Scodex. I'm sure you have case studies, crazy ones.
Yeah, so one recently, we had one of our customers come to us, and they were currently doing packaging. They had 3 different colored foils on the package. So we had 3 separate dies, had embossing, had varnishes, all on the same job with spot colors. And so you had 7 different processes, the cost of dyes, the time to produce everything. They were doing large volumes. And they came to us with this package and said, what can you do? We love what you guys are producing, but can you help us? So what we did is we took their files, produced the layers for our press. We were able to do all 3 foils, do the clear better than what they were doing now because we were able to give it different densities, different heights, all one pass. And the ROI was just ridiculous because now they were able to produce it cheaper, faster. They didn't have to do the volumes that they were doing originally because to get the cost down, they were basically able to print on demand. So it was a perfect fit for them. So that's just one example of the type of ROI that we can do for our customers.
Thanks. We'll start with HP on this one. In your opinion, what are some of the more underutilized finishing options possible with your equipment? And why don't you make a case for printers and designers to try it?
You gave me a tough one there. You know, for the most part, we've been talking variable, and we've been talking variable print and the value add. We were just in a conversation here recently that said, you know, folks are saying, look, when the direct mail pieces get to the customer and doing variable data, a lot of folks don't know how to do it. We talk it, we breathe it, we know customers like it, but printers are not taking full advantage of the variable capabilities of a digital press when they go out to the marketing and into the mail. And, you know, it's funny, we had this conversation before. I've had conversations with family and stuff. My wife's always asking me, you know, things that come in the mail, why don't you guys do this? Well, we did that. We did it on our press, or we could do it on our press. And she's just enamored with the magazines and different things that come to the house or to the mail stream that we pick up from the mail that we do. People just don't do enough of it, and in that marketing campaign, if they would take advantage of it, you would see, you know, better return rates, like we've been saying, and better, you know, buying rates and stuff. We have a customer out in Europe that has truly proven that with insurance brochures. So the customer said, you know, we've got all these folks coming in online and buying insurance from us, but they're never coming into the brick and mortar house. These guys have turned it into a catalog that actually goes out to that customer, says, thank you for buying insurance through our website. By the way, did you know on this map, your office is around the corner about a half a mile? And by the way, did you also know we offer these other services? And it's been a tremendous response rate for the customers that they actually came back and actually said, you know, we didn't know you did these other things. We didn't see these things on the website. And it's engaged in a totally different conversation with the customer and how it's changed their business going forward. Their response rates are through the roof.
Thank you. Eagle?
You're asking me about the...
If there are any underutilized features of your machines that you'd make a case for printers and designers to try.
Well, we specialize in narrow webs on our machine. I think we are the only company that can actually do to one web anywhere on the machine down to 2 inches, which is something that a lot of the printers are, packaging houses and printers are making use of right now, because it allows them to save a huge amount of foil, and only foil in the area where the item needs to be. As far as underutilizing, I have to say a lot of my customers don't even tell us what they're doing because they don't want their competition knowing what they're doing with our equipment. So I only find these things out after they send me a sample, which could be 6 months later. So they don't ask me what to do with the equipment. They actually test everything out themselves, and it's really phenomenal.
Xerox?
Sure, I'd say there's 2 key features that I don't think customers are fully taking advantage of yet with Xerox solutions. One is what we call dual mode. You know, many times when people think about finishing, for years they've done certain processes offline, and it kind of works for them, and they know when they want to do that and upgrade that equipment, they go to those vendors. Many of them are our partners. But what we created is a structure that lets them run in both ways. They could either bypass through and run it completely hands-free if they want to do it on the press, the finishing's connected, or they can run the press completely independent, bring the stack of paper to the feeder, and run that asset offline. And what we've learned, the customers that have embraced that, whether it's the high-end DeviGen or even entry production color with a new solution, is that they be able to actually increase their volume on the printer and their finishing line, get much better return on asset by using that feature. So every year that penetration rate is growing. It's helping our customers first and foremost, but also our partners and Xerox together. So I'd say that's one feature I'd suggest you look at. It's a better way to get return on investment, more flexibility. The second is automation. Part of the reason I recently took over workflow solutions on the output side is now how do you get to that next level of automation? Many of these finishing devices are very intelligent and able to do tremendous things like some of the people on the panel, but how do you have that work as one integrated end-to-end solution? That's really the way to drive even more productivity and feature set. How do you get that value to their output?
John, does your equipment have features that people underutilize? I'm not sure if it does. They should utilize all of it.
Yeah, not really. Again, it's typically we're helping the customers or the printers utilize their technology to do more. So it really doesn't. But kind of like my colleague from HP was saying, the digital aspect. And one of the things that I've seen in underutilization of digital is what we do, and we do a lot of this, is really what we call hybrid printing, where we're marrying digital technology, whether it be inkjet from Kodak, from HP, from many of the others, where commercial printers, let your traditional press do what it does best. Let it print the static component, the static piece, and then obviously everything being data driven, and then let the digital component, the digital inkjet, do what it does best. So really marrying the best of both. And the inkjet technology has come so far now that it is possible where you really can't distinguish the offset from the digital, and really so that component of bringing those technologies together. But
thank you. Scodex. Are people underutilizing Scodex? The fools.
So when people first see Scodex, they see the glossy effect, they see the foil, and they relate that to what they're used to seeing with traditional way of doing things. With Scodex, it's all digital, so there's no plates involved. It's no special software. It's the Adobe suite, so there's no rocket science behind it. So as far as underutilizing, there's just so much more you can do. Versions, proofing. I mean, if you have a customer that's not sure what they want, it's digital. Print 20 CMYK sheets and print 20 or 30 different foil versions or clear versions. I mean, it's a quick turnaround. The fact that we can do variable print as well, you can do versions, you can do personalized, direct mail, and it's just getting people to think a little bit differently because it's a newer technology, and you have to kind of break people of that the thinking of traditional. This is what we used to do. Well, now you can do this faster, better, get more of a reaction from your customer, and really change the industry and really make your customers want to stay with you because you have something that no one else is doing.
And I just have to add, variable data foil, variable data varnish. I'm not trying to sell Scodex. I just want to see more of it out in the world because I love it. So, Scodex. Okay, how do you choose your partners, either press manufacturers or finishing in some way? And how do you keep your customers educated on the latest offerings of your technology? Let's start with HP.
So we have a partner program that that partners sign up for, and then we go through a validation process with those partners and a continuing education about equipment, new equipment that's coming out. We bring it out to the labs in the West Coast. We test them. We integrate them with the systems. We want to make sure these systems are fully working before they go out to the customer sites, things of that nature. So we'll bring equipment in. We have a vendor that's bringing a new product in that's coming in January. We're going to bring that through Corvallis. We have a battery of tests We want to test a variety of substrates, a variety of coverages, different models. We want to mimic what the customers will see in real life in terms of production, put it through its paces, and then validate that solution, give feedback back to our partners, work together, and provide the final product to our customers out in the field. So we want to make sure customers feel good about the solutions they buy with working with us and with our partners, that it's been a fully validated and tested system.
Thanks. Eagle.
One of the reasons that companies buy our product is they know that we are constantly doing R&D. We are working with the foil companies, the adhesive companies, the ink companies, all of the companies that come together to produce a beautiful product on top of cold foil. We've also want to make sure that all of our customers that have our equipment are super educated. So we've started a cold foil certification program where we go out to each of our customers. It's a day-long process. We actually work with the printing company to give us a weekend day, whether it be Saturday or Sunday. We ask that everybody that's on the press, as well as all management heads, come to this classroom. It is a 4-hour classroom, and then the rest is done on press, where we teach them the latest techniques of how to use cold foil, how to get it to bring out the look that they actually want for their products. And we've had several of our customers say they thought that they knew everything about how to do cold foil, and then they realized, wow, this is something that elevated the process 3 times, so they were so happy they did that. We are going to do that for all of our customers and then repeat that probably every 2 years and make sure that they are on top. When we find out that something new is in the market, whether it be the foil or the adhesive, we bring it to everybody's attention. If we update our software, we update everybody's software to make sure everything is running at top speed. Anytime someone has a question on process, they give us a call and we try to work it out. And then if it's really cool and something new that we learned, we then tell everybody else that has our equipment as well. So we want to make sure that everybody is well educated on cold foil.
And before we go to the next person, don't you have a certification program as well?
That is the certification.
Oh, that is. Oh, then they get a certification.
Cold foil
at the end of it.
certification. They get a plaque, picture. We do a press release. They get the whole 9 yards.
Okay, thank you. Xerox.
Okay, so the 2 questions. First one, how do we pick the partners we're going to work with? We do hold an annual partners meeting where, rather than focusing on what we're doing today with them in the field, we really share with them where Xerox is going, some of the new technologies we're bringing to the market over the next 5 years, and share with them the customer problems that we're hearing, the things they'd like to do and aren't able to very well today, and then invite them in private sessions afterwards, after they have some time to think about that, the way they can help us help our customers. And then, presuming there's a good match there and we believe there's a good business opportunity together, then we set the goals for that product, work with them closely to bring those in, give them access to our labs to develop those solutions, and then at the end we put them through the ringer in terms of testing and making sure it does exactly what we're telling the customer it's going to do, make sure we got service programs. Many of these companies are the best in the world at what they do, but they don't have the service resources out across the globe, so we use our service technicians to do that first level support, but for them to do that effectively, they've got to go through a process of making sure we can do that effectively. So they all hate the process, but in the end they love it in that it makes their product better, it makes our solutions together better. So that's how we pick and bring those products to market. Educating the customers is a different challenge. We've got to work through our sales team and their reach to make sure they know in any given year the solutions we've got available and are bringing to the market, but also places like Xerox.com finishing, putting little video clips up there and new product videos so they can see what's coming. Events like this where we share with them the latest solutions and show the applications they can do together. So.
Thanks. So we'll go ADFO, Scodex, and then we'll take some questions from the home audience, and then we'll wrap it up so we can get started on our Girls Who Print Day lunch. Yay!
Okay, so again, the first part was picking our customers or picking our partners. And really for that, we really have to do our due diligence. We have to do our front end work, find out who the best in class partners could be, and really hone in on that. And then we go ahead and we contact them. One of the things in our industry is making sure that, because we're involved in the physical process, is doing the end-to-end. So we search out directly it starts with the ink, right? So we search out the ink partners, the people who are even manufacturing the components that go into the inks, the pigments, the surfactants, all the different chemicals that go into the ink. Then we'll look at what happens then. It goes through, typically in digital, and in our world, mostly through inkjet. So then we look at the inkjet partners. Who are the best in class at inkjet? And you know what? Many of them have, special things that they're better at than others. So we play with a lot of those. Then we look at, okay, now what happens? It goes on to paper. So then we start to look for paper companies that we can partner with, who are working very, very closely with their folks. And then of course the finishing side. After it comes out of the press, chances are something's going to happen to it. So then we look at the finishing folks. So we're really just going end to end through the whole process. Then as far as the education process, we actually conduct seminars where we'll go into a customer who is looking at our technology. Because near infrared is so vastly different, we're frankly one of the only companies in the world who's using it and doing it. So it's so there's a lot of education that has to go into that. So we'll go into the customer and really have a day-long seminar on what is our technology, what is it different, what value add does it bring to the marketplace, what value can they bring can our technology bring to their processes. And again, we'll also do this directly with the partners. So we'll go in with the ink suppliers, we'll go in with the inkjet technology provider, we'll go in with all of these folks together to collaborate. And then finally, as far as training goes, all of our equipment is capable to be communicated with over the internet. So we can actually, if the customer would like, we can actually tie in, we can actually manually or over the internet train them directly. In addition to what they're doing, if they're having an issue, we can actually see their equipment, see what's happening, and then educate them on how to best use it and implement it.
Thanks so much. Skodex.
So first, choosing our partners. So we look for companies that are offering a product that we need, whether it's a substrate, a foil, hardware. Talk to them, make sure that they understand what we're trying to accomplish, that they're willing to support us, do the testing that's required to get to a point where we have a product that we can offer our customers. So we want them to support us, but also support the customer, because this is a long process. It's long term. This isn't just one project. This is new technology that's not going to go away. So we want to make sure that the people that we partner with for, again, foil, substrate, hardware, are in it for the long haul, because we are. As far as training, we have WebExes for our customers, on-site training. We want to get the employees within our customers' facility excited about Skodex and the technology, but we also support them with their customers. So what helps drive the business and drive the work to the Skodex for this type of enhancement is the creatives. If they're not looking for the enhancements and they're not pitching it to the big brands and their customers, it's not going to create a demand. So it's a domino effect. So we want to make sure that our customers are educated, they have the resources they need in order to sell to their customers and to make this grow.
Thanks so much. We're going to take a question from home, but I just want to remind everybody, it's Cindy Hubbard's birthday. Say happy birthday to her.
Hey there. We had a lot of interaction from home. We even had a question on Snapchat, which I'm learning right now. Our folks want to know, is your product or process green? How do you define green? And are customers asking for that?
Xerox, we'll start with you.
Okay. Certainly green is a very important part, growing all the time. So especially in areas like packaging with food related items. So we've got to make sure our toners and inks are able to pass FDA approvals, and then can be disposed of properly. So we have a whole department that looks at that, especially in industries that are very sensitive to that, to make sure our processes are green and really don't add to the some of the issues in the world today. So very important part, especially for certain industries.
Thanks. We'll just come straight down. HP?
So yes, with the page-wide press, all the factors you would think of, there's no plates, we're a water-based ink, there's the paper waste reduction, all those things are contributing to being green, environmentally friendly. And that's the big, huge message we're sending with the fact that we are a water-based ink. You don't have the reporting of the VOCs and all those things that go along with it. So that's part of our green message.
Thanks, John. Adfos.
Yes, so along with what our partner at HP had to say was about the water-based. Most of our technology we're using is, again, on water-based inks, water-based coatings. So that is the first part. The big part is where we play into is we use considerably less electricity, a lot less energy than people using other methods. So it can be anywhere from 40 to 50% less energy. So the good thing is, again, less energy means less money, and then the processes that we use, all of the partners that we work with also are environmentally friendly. So yeah, we're definitely we need to promote more. So that's a great question, the fact that we are environmentally responsible.
Thank you. That's why we love the people. They ask the questions that you guys really need to understand because they're your potential customers. Ellen? Eagle.
Eagle, actually under the guise of the electric current of the machine and what it runs on, it actually runs on the same power, the same amount of electricity as a hairdryer when it's running. So I would say yes, we're definitely environmentally friendly. And as far as cold foil is also environmentally friendly because there is, it can be biodegradable, and that's what a lot of companies are asking when they buy our equipment. But again, we do not supply any of the foil. We only supply the mechanics, the machine that puts it down.
Thank you so much. Matt, Skodex.
So our product, it's recyclable, so that's one of the things that our customers ask. And in addition to being recyclable, we're eliminating many steps in traditional processes. So there's energy that's not being used. There's products that aren't having to be generated, dyes and other materials. So so the whole process, in addition to being recyclable, is green.
Thank you so much, and I want to thank everybody for joining us today on this panel. Finishing is so topical, and you guys were all amazing. You can find out information about them from their individual companies, or if you are in the audience, you've all received a little brochure, or you can with the information about the companies, about the Alliance members who are sitting on this panel, and you can always go to Print Media Center and find the Printiverse website, which has Alliance pages with all of their contact information. Thank you, everybody, so much. We're setting up for the Girls Who Print lunch right now. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Very nice to meet you guys.
Hey, you too. Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking some more.
I've been so busy. I haven't even had my once it's here.
No?